Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where I'll be breaking down the stock market. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. And now, let's get right into the markets. All right, so welcome back once again, guys. And you can see the Treasury buyback didn't really work out for Scott Bessent, and the Dow tumbled 700 points. If you look at my screen, what market did today, S&P was down 0.87%, and this is the first major pullback since all-time highs. Nasdaq was down 1%, Dow was down whopping 1.32%, Russell down today finally 1.34%. And you can see right here, 35.7 advancing and declining over 60%. 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500. Basic materials led the way on top, and then of course energy for past 2 weeks. It's been just outperforming S&P 500 and still on top. Real estate and then every other sector, they were actually red, and consumer defensive took a massive hit. Even healthcare, Moderna came down, after that massive rally yesterday. Stock market map, what we have here on stock market map, you can see despite everything, guys, I mean, MU, Marvel, they were up. WDC, STX, SNDK still was up for the day. And names like Now and some of the other software players, they were up. But Apple took a hit today, down 1.75%. Nvidia flat, Microsoft down 0.65%. AMD, Broadcom, both are pretty flat on the day. Google was down today 1.18%, and a lot of red. If you look at my screen, industrials here, Boeing, RTX, even financial took a hit today, and then not to mention healthcare right here, J&J, MRK, and then Moderna was the biggest hit. But the main opportunity here in this market, if you look at it, a lot of things are red, right? But I think it's right here, guys. Walmart, yes, the earnings, it wasn't that great, but I think this is a fantastic opportunity if you're thinking long term. Fear and greed index, well, almost falling back into fear. So we'll see how that goes going into tomorrow, Friday, and let's talk about S&P 500. On SPY ETF, it's down 0.84%. So after this massive, brutal rally to the upside, we're just getting a pullback. Now, if you guys, were watching that video where my thumbnail says that bull trap, and it happened, right? Okay, we didn't go higher, market pullback. And if you go and watch the entire video, I wasn't really like extremely bearish, talking about shorting the heck out of everything, nothing like that. All I said was, market at all-time highs and VIX very low, 14 bucks. We have not seen VIX down to 14 in the last couple of months. We could get a pullback. And there was a comment that, S&P going to 10,000 per share. And, it's just a clickbait, and market is not going to pull back. I would like to show the comment here, but I'm not going to do that. But, I guess people like chasing and buying at the top, because that person who commented, I'm pretty sure they didn't like my thumbnail and the way I was saying that market can pull back. It's got nothing against you. I'm just doing this, and I'm just, saying what I see on my chart and what I expect from the market. And this is what I was expecting, that a little bit of pullback can possibly happen. We're getting that. It does not mean that, extremely bearish and we're just gonna burn and go down to zero. Everything's gonna go down to zero. That's not the message. Find opportunities within that pullback. That was the message for a lot of those folks out there. But some people, they buy at the top, and then if they see somebody is talking about a pullback, whether it's a mini pullback or a big pullback, they just assume that that person is extremely bearish, possibly shorting everything, and they don't like them. It's just insane. But let's just focus on S&P. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I just wanted to tell you guys that people who actually watched it, they know exactly what I said, and what's happening is exactly what I stated in my video. A little bit of pullback. That's what's happening right now in the market. So S&P pulling back from the highest high. So we do have, I mean, this was the level to hold pretty much right there, 767, maybe even at 765. We didn't hold, right? We had a gap down 3 days ago, and we didn't even fill that gap. We got really close to it yesterday, and today another gap down, and we came all the way down to 762. Now, a couple of things I want to mention, guys. This rally was brutal, right? Okay, now if we are pulling back, retracing, let's say, 50% here, uh, it's totally fine. You gotta watch out for this 20 SMA, which is at 761, 760 previous all-time high, and the gap below 758.58. Even right here, 755, I would be totally happy with that pullback if that happens. Now, if things get really deeper and we get under 755, then yes, there might be something where we get a deeper correction in the market. But so far, from this massive rally, we're coming off of all-time highs. Just not even a week ago, guys. We're coming off of all-time highs. So this is totally healthy, nothing but opportunity because I think end of the year S&P possibly will go to 8,000 and even higher, right? And SPY here 800 or even higher. That's possible. And we were already outside the monthly expected move, which was, I believe, 764. So we were trading at 780 or 774 actually it was, and we were trading way outside. So we're just pulling back in a little bit. Everyone that missed the boat, now it's your opportunity, right? You can see a lot of chop zone here. There is a massive let's just pull it here. You can see there's a massive volume shelf here as well. So if we come in here, that's totally healthy. That is nothing really extremely bearish where I would say, oh, run for your life, don't buy anything, market going down like 40%. It's not gonna happen. They're not they're not gonna let it happen. We see market go down 10% and what happened? Just forget about this rally. Just look at this rally. You thought, oh, it's going down and it's going to crash, and boom, all-time highs. So do not bet against this market, especially when Trump is in the office, because you never know. Yes, oil is rising. It's not good for S&P 500, but we all know oil is rising only to fall. Energy is rising only to fall because you know, uh, at some point, the tweet is going to come out. And people that are paying, hundreds of thousands of dollars, they're not paying to lose money in the market by market pulling and, going down big, right? Everybody usually goes long. They don't short everything, right? Market goes up over time. So what is next here on S&P? So I think these two key zone to watch, that 760 to 761. Underneath that, maybe you can fill the gap, find support here, buyer, they step in here and they push SPY back up. I took a small position today on SPY. I don't like buying at all-time highs, but it's just coming back, possibly a retest. If this thing gets under 755, I will exit my position here on SPY. Now you guys saw a lot of volume here, so I would say 760 to 755. Watch this key support zone to hold. If we get some sort of a bounce, tomorrow is Friday, guys. We can get, big crush Friday. That happens pretty much 90% of the time, right? If we get that, watch out for 765 to 767 to break, and then S&P can go up easily up to the 5-day moving average right here. You can see, and then the gap right here at almost 773. On triple Q, it's down 0.72%. So S&P is doing totally fine, but I don't like this on Nasdaq. Why? We had the fake breakout. We came back in now, and I mean, yes, this was the follow through day. We came back here, we did not breach the low of this candle, and so far, I mean, if you look at it, we're pretty much like hanging on to dear life here, guys. So if this 709 level breaks, which you can see the 20 SMA, this white line on your screen is sitting right about there, 708 almost. If this level breaks, we take out these, candles where the bottom did hold, it's going to go possibly down even more, fill that gap near 701. That's possible, but I don't like to see that. If that happens, bears are going to take control, at least in the short term. Now, this pullback was decent. If you look at it, we had this rally that was 11%, right? Now, I just go back. and now we're getting a pullback. That is about 4%. So even if we go a little bit deeper, I don't think, nothing wrong with that. We can go 5%, retrace 50%. That is totally healthy. But what I don't like about it is this trend line here we broke. We went back up to the upside. We did not make all-time highs. We left a gap up in here. So there's a gap down here, gap above us. I mean, I think this gap is closer than this gap, right? Only like about $9 away. This gap is like $20 away. So I think there is opportunities on Qs, but you gotta be cautious. So watch these levels right here. To the upside, 714 breaks, which we tried today. There will be a push all the way up to 720 to 724, and then the gap above us right underneath 730. All right, so just a quick reminder to those who are really serious and into trading. If you are really into trading and you want to do this full time, and trust me, there's lots of trade ideas. And just yesterday alone, took profit on many plays, including Apple, where Apple was trading at $319 per share. Today is down, but we took profit on that play. And if you go and watch my videos with all the mega cap stocks, I talked about it in details, and that play definitely paid big time yesterday. So if you want, all kinds of setups, long term and short term, head over to Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description, guys. On DIA is down 1.27%. So it was flagging nicely, but DIA, I actually had puts and sold a little bit early. I sold right here at 532-ish. It was 530 puts that we took, and we added twice here, pretty much at all-time highs. And it was flagging. So I actually got out, and then I mean, look at this 530 puts went deep over the money. There's so many plays in the market. If you know exactly what you're doing, you can make money in this market right and left. You just got to pick your plays. Not all the plays will, pay, but if you can pick those plays and wait, buy time, and not just scalp all the time, you will start making money in this market. So here on a DIA, you can see there is a gap right, here at 525. I think we're really close. We might fill this gap early as tomorrow, and some sort of a reversal can come off of that level. You can see the 50-day already is there at the gap, this red line on your screen. If that support holds up, you can see a push over 528. This thing can go up to 532, even 533.58 to close the gap. And I think I'm going to leave it right there because tomorrow it's Friday, just one day left here, this week. And I don't think, we're going to see some massive rally, but, this level can hold. You can see previous rejection, also previous rejection, gap fill reversal, 50 SMA, everything is there. But if it breaks below that, we can, come down even more. And at that point, it's not going to be a gap fill reversal. On IWM, it's down 1.34%. So this thing was holding even up until yesterday. I mean, this thing didn't give up. And still, I mean, just under 300. We didn't even fill the gap here at 296.66. So this thing has been really strong, coming off of all-time highs. I mean, this is totally healthy. Watch this 50 SMA and the gap fill reversal can act as a support right here, 296, 297. If that holds up, we could see a push again up to 300, 301 to close the gap here on IWM. On VIX, it's up 7.52%. So pretty big day on VIX, up over a dollar and over, just staying over 16 or closing right at 16. If this thing can stay over 16, possibly can go up to 18, even 20. That's possible. It was very low. I mean, you can see this is where I actually made the video. It was 14 bucks, and you can see from 14 bucks what happened in last few sessions. That happens all the time. It's nothing like market is crashing and we just have to run so many bad catalysts. Nothing like that. I mean, it just, things that usually happens in the market, and those are opportunities. So if you think like S&P going to 10,000 now, I'm pretty sure, if there is another day of selling, there will be people saying crash is coming again. When market is high, it's going to 10,000. When market is coming down, it's crashing. So when are you going to buy at the top, sell at bottom, and then sell at bottom and buy at the top? So many people doing that, guys. I mean, it's just insane. So VIX here 16 holds up. Watch out for the rally to continue up to 18. If it doesn't, we get VIX crush Friday. I would expect more pullback here on VIX back down to 15, 14 once again. All right, so quickly before we wrap up this video, dollar here forming a hammer type candle here off the lows. We didn't stay down today, came back up, so that can pretty much put fuel to the fire. S&P going down if the dollar rises back up once again. So keep an eye on this. I mean, it was at the lower band, lower Bollinger Band today, and we got a little bit of bounce. Yesterday, this thing sold off hard, and today a little bit of bounce, but coming off of this bear flag pattern, so. Uh, it's typical to see some sort of a bounce like that, but keep an eye on this thing right here. If this thing rises back up, it's going to put more pressure on the S&P 500. And this is another thing that I want to talk about, guys. Gold. If you guys are subscribed to the channel, people that are only subscribed and watching my videos regularly, it was right here when I made bunch of videos, including these stock market update where I went into details about GDX that is down quite a bit and we could see a massive breakout. I sold completely out of my position, my calls, my 2,000 shares that I bought right here. My average was about 75, $76 right here. Sold completely, and you can see the move it actually made massive, guys. Massive. Yes, it can go higher, but after a massive run, that I caught, I don't like to keep profit on the table and just keep pushing for more. Enough is enough. And I got what I needed. I got more than what I needed, and I'm out. But gold here, massive breakout. If this thing continues, especially holds right here, you know, I would say if it can hold, right here around 100, you can see multiple rejection there at 100. It can definitely go up even more, possibly even, retest 113, 117. That's totally possible here on GDX. So gold breaking out. I mean, look at that chart here, guys. I mean, there were a bunch of gaps here, and look at how it gapped up to close those gaps to the upside. Insane, insane move. So gold here again cruising along and looks like it can possibly go higher. But if you're looking to open up new position, I would be really careful here. Opening up a new position, new money long, there is not much left. If you didn't take it here, when I made the video, when this thing was down quite a bit. As a matter of fact, we actually measured from the top that how much it was down, and it was down a big chunk, 40%. And look at the move now in just a matter of few days. What happened, guys? Just a matter of few days. Look at the move. It's up 44%. So you gotta love it. I mean, this is fantastic. Just few days, and this thing is just, going ballistic. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated